All right, so I am so happy that you are here. So you are finally going to understand why you're struggling with irregular periods, infertility, hair loss, excess body hair and facial hair, weight gain, especially around that middle area, acne on the face, chest, or back, skin tags, anywhere. If you have those in the armpit or neck, depression, anxiety, ovarian cysts, any of those types of things, okay? So first off, I want to tell you congratulations on taking time to join this masterclass. You could have been anywhere else. So I don't take for granted that you're here, and I want to thank you and congratulate you for taking the time to really invest in yourself with learning about what's going on with you and your body. So who this presentation is for, it's for anyone who's struggling with hair loss, irregular cycles, difficulty losing weight, acne or facial hair, depression or anxiety, or other similar symptoms, okay? So here's the thing is that you want to take control of your health back so that you can get back to the things that are important to you. And I get it, you might not feel like yourself anymore, and you may want to just get back to your old self. You may want to feel confident when you go into your closet and put on clothes that feel good to you. You may feel like you're at this place where your health is declining and the traditional routes simply are not working anymore. And you may fear where things may go if things don't improve. So who this is not for, okay? So this is not for anyone who does not want to resolve PCOS. This is not for anyone looking for a quick fix rather than lasting results. It's not for anyone who doesn't want to learn and take action, and it's not for anyone not willing to invest in themselves. So here's the big promise, okay? So we're going to uncover the 3 underlying causes of why your hormones are out of whack, what to do, and really how to get your life back on track, okay? So I'm going to share with you what's possible if you remove the blind spots that are really preventing you from losing weight, clearing up your skin, regulating your periods, eliminating the imbalances that are really interfering with your life. And I'm going to share stories of women who were once just like you. So if you stay until the end, you're going to receive an opportunity to work with myself and my team, plus some fabulous bonuses. I promise you, you do not want to regret missing this, okay? You are going to learn the truth about what gives you long-term sustainable results, okay? You do not want to miss a thing. This presentation is absolutely going to change your life, and today is the day to do it, okay? So no more excuses. We are going to show you how we can really customize a solution for you so that you do not have to be another statistic walking into the doctor's office and just leaves out more confused than when you went in, or just given another symptom or just given another drug to mask the symptoms, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. Who am I? I am Dr. Alicia Newsome. I'm an international speaker, trainer, and health strategist. I just got back from the Bahamas last night. I was speaking there, and before then I was speaking in Kansas City and other places as well. I'm a consultant to top research companies in women's health, cancer, and infectious disease. I'm a TV media consultant. I'm a 3-time best-selling author. I'm the recipient of the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award, and I'm a functional medicine practitioner. Who is the owner of Body Wellness Institute. So I help high-achieving women regulate their menstrual cycles by eliminating the stressors that really keep them from being whole and complete, okay? I help women find out exactly what's going on inside their bodies and resolve those issues without drugs or surgery, okay? So what I do is I remove the confusion and the mystery while providing guidance, accountability, and a roadmap to really being able to lose weight, balance hormones, get pregnant, and clear up skin. But I want to let you know, for me, things were not always this way, okay? So as a young child, I had broken bones, ear infections, colds. I had really bad cystic acne, like the type that when you touch it, it's very painful. And the doctors would just recommend go on antibiotics, birth control, injections in my skin, Accutane. I did it all, okay? And I went on birth control at a very young age to help with my hormones, with my acne, my irregular cycles, all of those types of things. And it did some things, okay? It didn't really regulate my cycles. It masked the symptoms that were going on, but I ended up having more and more issues as I got older. Okay. I really struggled with asthma. In my early 20s, I went on depression medications. I struggled with headaches, back pains, and tons of weight gain. Okay. Where I would gain weight, lose weight, gain weight, lose weight, and eventually got to the point where I couldn't even lose the weight anymore. I literally tried everything. And I hit this point when I was in private practice and I was in the middle of leaving a really bad marriage. I had just had 2 babies back to back, just filed bankruptcy. So now I'm a bankrupt single mom. I had no family nearby and I really hated where I lived. I was moody. I was depressed. I was anxious. I was really just trying to survive. So I had all of these health issues going on, and energy was a big thing for me as well. It's often not a thing associated with PCOS, but I know a lot of you all are struggling with that as well. And I used to be at a point where I literally would sit down on the couch and I'd fall asleep. I was tired all the time. And it wasn't just on the weekends or in the evenings, it was every single day. So I had all of these health issues that were really holding me back from being a good mother, from being a good wife, from advancing in my business. But I ended up meeting a doctor who absolutely changed my life, told me about functional medicine, and really explained to me how to reverse these issues that I was dealing with. So what I discovered was a holistic approach that really uncovered the dysregulation in my gut, imbalances in my brain and hormones that affected my weight. Toxins had accumulated in my body, creating all types of inflammation, which decreased my energy, my ability to focus, and really my ability to feel sane. I found the root cause of my irregular cycles, my acne, and depression, and I learned how to reset my hormones so that I could feel balanced all month long. I learned how to heal from the medications I had taken. They had depleted my body of vital nutrients. And I learned how to really invest in myself and start putting me first so that I can actually help others from a full cup. So I learned how to lose weight, keep it off naturally, and do it in a way that can be easily maintained and truly understand my body and cycles. So I went from being exhausted all the time, hormones out of whack, unable to lose weight and keep it off, being unsure, embarrassed, and scared. And really, now my cycles are regular, my skin is clear, my energy's up all day long, my fertility journey and pregnancy was easy, and I have a beautiful baby boy now who's almost 2, along with my older girls as well. I'm truly happy. So my life has changed. I have energy all day long. My periods are easy. I've built multiple successful businesses because of the upgrades and increase in my brain function and energy. And this has allowed me to pay off massive amounts of debt and save for the future. Now my hormones are balanced all month long. I feel good in my clothes. I'm confident in my skin. And I have the opportunity every single day to work with women that struggle with the symptoms of PCOS and other menstrual cycle problems as well. So you might be thinking, okay, great for you, but my doctor put me on birth control. Or you might be thinking, okay, I'm overweight and this is the way it's always been for me and my family. I'm overweight, my mother's overweight, my cousins are overweight. This is just the way things are. You might feel like my periods came and they've always been irregular. Or you might have regular cycles, but you have other issues going on. You might feel like you don't know where to start, or you lack consistency, or maybe you're starting to just lose hope that things will ever get better for you. Maybe you feel like your body has turned against you. Maybe you just went to the doctor and they dismissed you, or they just gave you some medication or told you to take birth control or metformin or some of those things. You might be thinking that you're broken, or you might be thinking that something's wrong with you, but I want to let you know that none of this is true, okay? You are no different than me. And I made a decision and a commitment to take action and do something different. And today is the day for you to be able to take action on your brighter future. So there's 3 keys to success, okay? So 1, you must be coachable and willing to take action. 2, you must focus on progress. So no need to be perfect, okay? No perfectionist needed in here, okay? But progress is important. And you taking the very next step is what is most important, okay? And you must commit to never letting yourself doubt, stopping you from having what you truly want, okay? Because there's other things on the other side of what's going on with your body and your health issues right now that you're wanting. And your health issues may be something that's interfering with your life in many ways, okay? So I want to let you know that you can get better and you can absolutely do this. Even if you've tried dieting programs, birth control, skin creams, you've tried all kinds of random supplements, you can absolutely do this, okay? So I just want you to take a moment and imagine what life will be like when you have clear skin, regular periods, and you feel good in your clothes. Imagine what it will be like when summertime rolls back around and you look amazing in your swimsuit or that new outfit, or you just feel more confident to start dating again or dating the one that you're with. Imagine when you look in the mirror and your skin's cleared up. Imagine when you feel balanced emotionally, you're getting rest and you have peace and you're more productive and you're making more money and you're more successful and admired by your peers and even more of a leader. All right, so we're going to talk about the 3 keys to ditch PCOS symptoms for good, okay? Now, I have a woman here and she's looking underneath the hood of her car. And let's say that the check engine light comes on in your car. Imagine that, okay? Check engine light comes on in your car. What are you going to do? You're going to take it to the mechanic, okay? So let's say you take your car to the mechanic, and when you get there, you let the mechanic know, okay, my check engine light came on. There's something going on. I've been hearing this rattling noise. And you just kind of tell him what's going on. And he's taking notes here. He's like, okay, all right, all right. And then he simply reaches in his pocket and he says, that's all you have to do is take this sticker and you put it right over that check engine light. That would be crazy, okay? That would be absolutely crazy for that mechanic not to open up the hood, run some diagnostic tests, find out what's going on inside of your car so that it's fixed, okay? Taking that sticker and putting it over that check engine light isn't resolving the issue, but for some reason, we allow doctors to do this with our bodies, okay? So when you're struggling with acne or facial hair, or your hair's thinning, or your cycles are irregular, or you don't feel good naked anymore, you're gaining weight and you're not able to take it off, and they just give you simple remedies and things for you to do, whether it's natural things or whether it's medications, if it's not dealing with the root cause of your issues, then you're just taking that sticker and putting it right over that check engine light. Okay, so we're going to talk about how to ditch PCOS without birth control, difficult diets, and a pile of questionable supplements. Okay. So here's the problem, okay? So many of you are here tonight because you're struggling. Your periods may be regular, they may be irregular, they may not show up at all, right? Or they may come and they last for days, right? With PCOS, it's very different. It shows up very differently for women, okay? You may be worried about infertility. You may be struggling with hair loss. You may have excess hair in places that you don't want it, like your face or your chest. You may have weight gain, especially around the middle. Acne on your face, your chest, your back, all of these types of things, ovarian cysts. You may already be pre-diabetic or diabetic, okay? So these are all symptoms of a greater issue, okay? These are the check engine light going off in your body, whether you have every single thing on this list or you just have a few, okay? So if you have these things going on, remember, that's the check engine light going off, okay? So a lot of times, you may be asking, okay, what supplement can I take for more energy? Or what supplement can I take to sleep better at night? Or what can I do to clear up my skin? And if it's not dealing with the root cause of issues, because I love natural things, okay? As a functional medicine doctor, everything I do is without drugs or surgery, okay? The women that work with me heal their bodies without drugs or surgery. And supplements are a part of that. However, if it's not addressing the root cause or it's not specific to you and what you need, then it's really just putting a Band-Aid over the situation here, okay? All right, so here's what we'll uncover today, okay? Or what we'll cover today. So secret number 1, the problem isn't the problem, okay? Number two, the key test that will finally tell you the exact root cause of your problem. Okay. So remember, PCOS presents very differently for different people. That's how come sometimes what works for someone in a Facebook group or one of your friends works for them, but then doesn't work for you. Okay. So we've got to know what works for you. And I'm a big advocate of test, don't guess. Okay. We've got a lot of really good advanced lab testing out there that can really let you know what's going on with your body. And this goes beyond your standard glucose testing or your ultrasound testing or standard hormone testing. And then also we'll reveal the simple system for correcting your problem and resetting PCOS. Okay, so here's the thing to understand the root cause. When you just treat symptoms with drugs, surgery, or supplements, issues usually come back and they cost you more money. Okay. Here's the difference here. I want you to look at the traditional model versus the aligned health model, okay? So in the traditional model, oftentimes that's good in a crisis or emergency situation, but where the traditional model really falls short is that it's a one-size-fits-all approach that's really focused on treating symptoms with drugs and surgery. And there's definitely a time and a place for that, but usually in emergency situations, but not when it comes to restoring and optimizing your health. And then there's alternative healthcare that often operates under the traditional model as well, where they treat symptoms with natural remedies such as supplements. And then there's the second model, okay? So the second model is it is about prevention. It's about personalization. It's about being of service, coaching, empowerment, okay? It's not you going to the doctor and being dismissed, ignored, told everything is normal, because the doctor is just doing basic testing when that's why things are coming back normal. Okay. This is not going to Google and you feeling more confused. It's not you not understanding what's going on inside of your body. It's really about you being heard and seen and being an active participant in your own health. So in order to get better, you must get to the root cause. So how do you get to the root cause? Proper evaluation. Okay, so we're going to dive into these areas now. Okay, so blood sugar and hormones. So a lot of times, with PCOS, very quick to put you on metformin, recommend random diets, elimination diet, keto diet, carnivore diet, intermittent fasting, or now we've got Ozempic and Wegovy, all of these different things here, okay? And these are common things, but they are very unpredictable if it's not really created for you, or if it's that Band-Aid just covering up the symptoms and what's going on with you, okay? If it's not addressing the root cause of issues here, okay? Then it's not going to take you so far. And remember, a lot of times metformin has awful side effects with what it does with your digestive tract, how you feel. A lot of women come to me and they're like, please, I don't want to take this anymore. They feel awful. The random diets that are not sustainable, those are hard. They're brutal, they're painful. And it's hard when I see you working so hard doing something it's not even going to work anyways, but you're having to sacrifice all the good foods that you love, and then you're still not able to lose weight. And then intermittent fasting, that has good things, but then for some people, it may be too much for them based on what's going on with their hormones, and it's actually causing more damage than good. And then Ozempic and Wegovy, okay, we know what's going on here, and basically what it's doing is it's shutting down your digestive tract, okay? So it makes you stay full longer, so you're not hungry, you don't want to eat, but now you're losing your muscle mass, you're losing weight because your body's literally starving, your digestive tract isn't operating properly, you're not able to pull out the nutrients that you need, and oftentimes women gain the weight back as soon as they go off or return to normal activity, okay? So the problem is still the problem, okay? It's still there, all of those issues. Those things are not addressing the root cause of the issue. So let's talk about what's really going on with your hormones, okay? So one thing to know is that insulin, so many of you want to lose weight, right? Weight is a big issue and it affects your confidence and how you feel about yourself. So every time that you have something that has sugar in it, carbohydrates, candy, pasta, bread, any of those types of things, basically what happens is glucose goes up and then insulin has to come out and it's got to lower it, okay? So insulin's got to come out. But then we know with PCOS, you're already dealing with insulin resistance, right? So you're needing more insulin to try to bring that glucose down. But every time that glucose is out, that is a fat storing hormone. Okay. So that's what's causing you to have an inability to lose weight here. Okay. Because you're having trouble bringing down glucose, and then you're needing more and more and more of it than the average person. Okay. So every time glucose goes up, insulin's got to come out. And while it's doing that, it's storing fat. Okay. Now, cortisol is also often the missing link here. Okay. So it's very easy to jump to make things an insulin problem, but really, cortisol is the stress hormone. Okay. So what happens is if there was a bear running after you, your body, you would want to fight or run away, right? So when you're underneath stress, your body says, we need glucose. So actually, some people, that's how come they'll start intermittent fasting, or even some people will go on Wegovy and things like that, and they still can't lose weight. Even when they stop eating food, it's because glucose is still going up, right? And then insulin's having to go out. So the body is working against itself here, okay? And then we have testosterone here, okay? So when it comes to PCOS, this excess insulin that you have coming out all the time causes your ovaries to produce more testosterone, okay? So then if testosterone is not being metabolized by your body properly, meaning the body doesn't know what to do with this testosterone, it will then create hair on your face, male pattern baldness, all of those types of issues. However, some women with PCOS still have low testosterone, and that's because it's being converted to estrogen, or the body's like, we need cortisol, the stress hormone. But that's how all of those hormones work together, okay? So here's Veronica. After the birth of her daughter, she was struggling with her mood, energy very low. Some days she couldn't even get out of bed. She went to other doctors, but she did not feel listened to. So what we did was we ran this test on her, looking at her cortisol levels, because cortisol is king, okay? And then we've got insulin after that. Then we've got progesterone, estrogen, and testosterone, those hormones as well. So she was struggling losing weight. So we looked at what was going on with her cortisol throughout the day, okay? Because that changes. And what you see here in this test, you want to see cortisol nice and high in the morning, and then it goes down throughout the day. But she was low all day long, okay? And this was causing her to have lots of issues with trouble losing weight, fatigue, depression, digestive issues. Because think about it, if your body's under this stress, your digestive tract's not going to work as well too, okay? So we worked with her, and this is what she says here, okay? So, and what I love about her testimonial is not only did she get her energy back, she lost weight, she says she began to feel like herself again, okay? At the very end of her testimonial, she says, my husband and my kids thank her too, because I'm no longer irritable and snappy, okay? So how many of you guys have some people in your life that would appreciate if you're a little less irritable, a little less snappy, a little more patient, a little more kind? And a lot of times, you may be feeling out of whack, you're tired, you're emotional, you don't feel like you have control of what's going on. And it's not because you're crazy, okay? It's because there's something going on with your hormones, okay? So in order for you to get better, you must test properly, okay? So how do you test properly? You have to invest in yourself, okay? So this is very important to know here, okay? Because insurance doesn't cover these tests, okay? Insurance covers things that are going to provide you with a drug or a surgery. And when we're looking at tests that are actually looking at the root cause of what's going on with you, a lot of times those things are not covered. So you have to invest in yourself. But I'm going to give you the tips and tricks on what's working and what's not, okay? So when it comes to your stress and your mood swings, okay, there's some ways that you can handle this, okay? So the common unpredictable ways, okay? Because remember, what works for you may not work for your friend, or what worked for your friend may not work for you, okay? So it's really important for things to be personalized for you, okay? To understand exactly what's going on with you and the symptoms that you're experiencing, okay? So common unpredictable ways are stress management techniques, okay? So visualization, meditation, doing all the things to like manage your stress. Oftentimes that's just hard to do, right? Especially if your body is your hormones are already out of whack. Anxiety, depression, medications, that's what they did to me when I was in my early 20s. They couldn't figure out what was going on with my cycles, why I was tired all the time. Eventually they gave me iron first. And even though my iron levels were normal, they gave me iron first, and then they ended up putting me on an antidepressant, and then they just diagnosed me with multiple things, right? But that was it. It was like, I must be crazy, right? There must be something going on, versus like addressing why there's this sadness, why there's anxiousness, why the hormones are out of whack here. And then we know those things have awful side effects, okay? Other common and unpredictable ways to deal with things are hit or miss supplements. Okay. And I am not against supplements. I have my own supplement line, right? But if they're not actually what you need for why you're having trouble losing weight, why you're dealing with hair growing on your face or your skin breaking out, why you're dealing with these difficult, embarrassing issues, then it may not be what's best for you. Okay. And I'm not a fan of anyone throwing their money down the drain or in the toilet because they're just taking things that aren't working for them or wasn't meant for them. Same things with random detoxes, nutrition, and exercise as well. So here's the thing about stress is that stress puts you into this fight or flight situation, okay? So if there's a lion coming after you, your body sees this as a stressor, okay? And then when the stressor's there and you cannot get rid of this stressor, basically, when we think about, and don't just think about stress as like emotional stress, mental stress, all of that. Yeah, we've got that. And really, there's not a whole lot we can do about those things. There's things you can try to do to manage that. But let's address the stressors that you can do something about, okay? That you can very powerfully change, okay? So that could be that you have toxins in your body. So that could be things like biotoxins, living things like mold, fungus, parasites, candida, those types of things. And toxins in the environment that are mimicking estrogen, and they're throwing off your progesterone levels and then causing dysregulation with your menstrual cycle, trouble sleeping, not having enough nutrients, illness. Think about those types of stressors there, okay? And when you have these ongoing chronic stressors, the brain is interpreting these stress here, okay? There's a gland in your brain called the hypothalamus, okay? Just a big word for a gland that's in the brain, okay? And it's telling the pituitary gland, which is another gland, to tell your ovaries what to do, okay? It's telling your thyroid what to do, okay? It's telling your adrenal glands what to do. So your brain is communicating. Your brain's interpreting the stress, and it's communicating with all the areas of your body that control your hormones, okay? You're specifically starting with your adrenal glands. And then imagine if you just have ongoing stress, okay? And the stress just keeps going and going and going. Eventually, you're going to hit this place of burnout, okay? Where the body is not communicating properly. This is called an HPA axis dysfunction, okay? So remember, stress weakens your immune system, and it sends your adrenal glands into overdrive, and it disrupts your hormones, okay? So cortisol is the stress hormone, okay? So it's basically like the brain and body, they suddenly simply cannot communicate anymore, okay? So now you have a brain-body communication problem here, okay? So these do not, these common unpredictable ways here, the stress management techniques, the anxiety drugs, the depression, the random supplements, all of those types of things, they're not fixing that brain-body communication problem here, okay? You've got to go back to the source and remove the actual stressors there that your body's experiencing, because your body doesn't know the difference between environmental toxins that are mimicking estrogen in your body, or mold, or you not getting enough nutrients. It just sees it all as stress, okay? Versus is there a lion there that sees it the same way? So think about, if your body, if let's say you were out in nature and there's a lion coming after you, the last thing your body would want to do is lay down and make a baby, right? Your body would be like, no, this isn't the time. In fact, your body starts shutting down these organs, okay? Like your ovaries, which are really important for your testosterone and your estrogen and your progesterone, okay? Which can create a lot of irregularity with your menstrual cycle, okay? When your body's under this stress, then it's producing all kinds of glucose, which is going to create issues with diabetes, your digestion. You're not going to be able to digest your food, because at that time, your body can either be in this fight or flight state, or it can be in rest and digest. Okay. It can't be in both at the same time. So you're going to have trouble sleeping, mood, stability, and ultimately this affects our relationships. Okay. So in order to get better, you must reset your hormones. Okay. You've got to reset that brain-body communication, okay? So how do you reset your hormones? That is by executing the right strategies at the right time and in the right way, okay? A lot of clients come to me and they may you've already done all the dieting out there, okay? You've been doing the exercises, you've been taking the supplements, but a lot of times it's not being done at the right time, or it's not being done in the right way, or it's not the right strategy for you and your body. So this is Christina. She's a client of mine, and she came to me. She had irregular periods, low energy, headaches, anxiety, mood swings, low sex drive, and really had trouble sleeping at night. And this impacted her a lot, okay? So she was easily stressed out, like what would seem like minor things would happen and she'd be stressed out, right? She was tense all the time. She was also depressed on the other side of that. So she'd have really heightened sense of anxiety and then times where she was very depressed and low energy and did not have the mood for anything. And then she couldn't work on her business. She had a business that she wanted to start, but she couldn't work on it. She didn't have the energy to do it. Her self-confidence was down. She was already diagnosed with diabetes, and she had a really big fear of what her future self was going to be like developing other issues. Because as we know, with PCOS, insulin resistance is a big issue here, okay? And diabetes is there, but we know what comes after that if you don't address those issues, which is heart disease, high blood pressure, cholesterol issues, all of those things come right there along, okay? So what we did is we looked at what was going on with her hormones. So this is a different test here where we did look at her cortisol like we did with Veronica, but we did a different one. And for her, you want to be right here between these black lines. That's normal. She was here in the blue. So during the day, she had cortisol. It would wake her up. It would go up, but then she'd have times where it was very, very high. And then she'd have times when it was low, and at night it was popping up. So it was giving her this wired but tired feeling where she just could not go to sleep, okay? So she had that afternoon crash, and then once evening time came around, she was just up scrolling the internet, unable to go to sleep. Her estrogen levels were extremely high, and then her progesterone. So what you have here is you have this purple, which is postmenopausal range, okay? And we, as menstruating women, want to be right between this area here with the stars. She was super high with her estrogen and below postmenopausal with her progesterone. And then testosterone was extremely low as well. So that created a lot of issues for her with her ability to even have her moods be regulated, because progesterone is that feel-good hormone. It's also the hormone that helps you get pregnant and stay pregnant. And even if that's not your goal, you need that for regular cycles. You need that for proper mood balance. You need progesterone to help bring down anxiety. So she was struggling with that. And then the testosterone that she did have, even though it was low, it was favoring this 5-alpha pathway here, which basically would cause her to have more male-like symptoms. So hair on the face, male pattern baldness, all of those types of things. And her estrogen was going down this pathway too much. This is considered, we have a 2-OH, 4-OH, and 16-OH pathway. Basically, the 2-OH is good, okay? That's very protective. The 4-OH is where if too much estrogen is going down this pathway and it doesn't get detoxified by the body, then that creates DNA damage. And cancer is just one bad cell that replicates over and over and over. So it's really important to look at these things and know what's going on with your body. And we were able to do that with her. So she worked with us because tests don't guess. We were able to find out what was going on inside of her body, put together a structured plan for her that was specific to her. And now she has energy, no headaches. Her cycles are predictable. They have regulated. She's calm. She's sleeping at night. She's lost 15 pounds. She's lost even more now. But at the time that I put this together, it was 15. Bloating gone. And her life is so different now. Life is just easier for her. She's gone back to school. Her confidence is way up. She's taking control of her health. And she's wearing the clothes that she absolutely loves. So let's talk about our last area here. So this is your sex hormones here, okay? So this is estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone, okay? So we touched a bit on all of these actually. but we're going to dive a little deeper here, okay? So a lot of times the common unpredictable ways to deal with these issues are going to be birth control, okay? So that was something my doctor did at a very young age to deal with my acne, my irregular periods, all the things, right? And what it does is it basically gives you a withdrawal bleed every month, okay? It's not a real period. So a lot of times when women will feel like, well, I went on birth control and it regulated my cycles. No, what you did was you went on birth control. They gave you synthetic hormones that basically suppressed your own so that you don't ovulate. And each month you have what's called a withdrawal period, okay? So a lot of times when women go off from birth control, they have all those symptoms that were being masked. That check engine light was going off, irregular cycles. This is a check engine light here. Put the Band-Aid over it, the birth control. And then once they go off from the birth control, everything's just waiting there for them, right? Because the root cause was not being dealt with. Same thing with IUD here, okay? Progesterone. So this one drives me crazy. So this is when you just start taking either bioidentical or some form of progesterone because your body's not producing its own. And when we deal with the root cause of issues, because a lot of times for me as a hormone doctor, people ask, what do you think about bioidenticals? What do you think about this? Well, I think, and I know that your body has the ability to produce its own hormones. So what we need to do instead of coming from the outside and saying, well, let's give her some progesterone, let's give her this, let's give her that. What you want to do is really address the root cause of why is her body not producing any progesterone anymore? And then address that issue so that her body can naturally bring back its own progesterone levels. I struggled greatly with my progesterone being very low, and it created a lot of that PMDD that week before leading up to my period. I was very depressed, no energy, moody, all of the things. Felt kind of like a maniac before my period would come. Didn't like anyone, didn't even like myself. And I'd go into a very dark place. And then my period would come and I'd be like, oh, okay, I'm better now, right? It's because my body wasn't producing that progesterone that I needed. But once I addressed those issues, my progesterone level came up. And right now I'm on day 3 of my cycle, but I was literally but presenting all the way up during my luteal phase in Kansas City and then the Bahamas. And it wasn't slowing me down because I was premenstrual, right? It doesn't have to be that way. And then there's the acne medications as well that have a host of side effects as well when you're not dealing with the root cause of these issues. So let's talk a bit about ovarian cysts. And this is the same thing because a lot of my PCOS ladies deal with fibroids as well as endometriosis or somewhere in between, right? So fibroids, endometriosis, adenomyosis, ovarian cysts, they're all estrogen dominant issues here, okay? So what can happen is testosterone can be converted into estrogen, creating the dominance. Your liver may not metabolize estrogen properly. So when we go back to the previous one, that example, you have that 2-OH, 4-OH, 16-OH pathway. If it's going too far down that 16-OH pathway, that can create issues as well with estrogen being more proliferative, meaning it's going to multiply. It's going to create growths and things like that in the body, like fibroids. Then there's gut reabsorption. Okay, so the gut is very important, but there's a marker in there called beta glucuronidase. And what happens is estrogen goes up and then it comes down. Okay, then progesterone goes up and then it comes down. That's what should happen, right? If everything's functioning properly in your body. So when estrogen goes up and it comes back down, it needs to be able to leave the body. But what happens for some women is it's getting reabsorbed into the bloodstream and it's recirculating back into the body because it's not leaving out through the gut, okay? Estrogen is also a hormone that brings fluid into a cell. So a lot of times when women are struggling losing weight, they almost have a puffy feeling, versus it all just being fat. Yeah, there may be some fat loss that needs to happen there or there's a desire for that, but sometimes there's just even like a puffy feeling. Then there's xenoestrogens. These are going to be estrogens out in the environment that are mimicking estrogen. and then the HPA axis dysfunction, okay? So that's that hippocampus, pituitary, adrenal gland, just that brain-body communication that's off, because what will happen is instead of your body producing progesterone, it will produce the stress hormone cortisol, okay? If you're dealing with things like toxins, nutritional deficiencies, mold, trouble sleeping, like all of those types of things, which are stressful on your body, in addition to all the other stress that you're probably already experiencing, that will cause issues, okay? So this is LaToya. She had irregular periods, hair growth on her chins, sides of her face, and her stomach. Her hair was thinning around her edges, stubborn weight, mood swings, low energy, low sex drive, and then insomnia, okay? So this impacted her. And the reason why this is so important is because it impacts people differently, okay? So she was shutting people out. She was depressed. She was moody, low self-confidence. She was really worried about her future health issues as well. But for her, she was worried about it because her father had just passed away from diabetes, heart disease, all of those types of things, right? So she was worried, okay, if I don't address these issues, what's going to happen to me, right? She had a decreased social life because she had no energy to go out. And her relationships were really affected because she had no drive, no mood, and her periods were really affected as well. So we did something called cycle mapping on her, okay? So remember, your estrogen goes up and then it comes down, progesterone goes up and then it comes down, okay? So when you go to the doctor and they're testing your hormones, if they're testing it, oftentimes they're just looking at it that day. If you're lucky, they might look at it on day 21 or day 3, but either way, it's just that day, right? But your hormones are changing throughout the month. So if you're just getting your blood drawn that day, you're missing a big picture of what's going on with your symptoms and your hormones overall, okay? You're missing that information. So what we do is, one, we don't test in the blood because it gives us limited information. It doesn't tell us what's bound versus not bound. Basically, your body has hormones that it can freely use versus hormones that it stores, okay? So the blood doesn't differentiate from that, okay? So that number is very limited information. Also, it wouldn't make sense to test someone's blood throughout the month. So we do it in the urine and saliva and really able to see how your hormones are fluctuating throughout the month. So with LaToya here, her hormones, when it came to her estrogen should go up, high, and then it should come down, right? But for her, it was going up just a little bit. It was trying to go up again. So she wasn't ovulating, right? It wasn't going up high enough to trigger ovulation for her. But now we can see what's going on. And we actually tested her for 60 days because her period had not even come. And then you'll see here, all throughout that time, progesterone was low here. Okay. So then that's why she wasn't having a cycle, because your progesterone is actually, as I said, it's the hormone that helps you get pregnant and stay pregnant. And it's because it fills the uterine lining, okay? And then once your body realizes, okay, we didn't have a fertilized egg this month, then it will trigger your body to release, drop progesterone, and then you bleed, right? But without proper testing, we can't really see what's going on with you specifically when it comes to these things. We looked at cortisol as well. Hers was low all day long. So she just dragged all day long. Testosterone, super high for her. Again, going down that alpha pathway here. So those male-like symptoms, the hair on the face, and then losing hair as well. The other thing that we looked at her was with her gut, what was going on there. And there's actually gut bacteria that can cause you to crave sugar. And you'll see right here in the comment section, if you can see that, is basically what was going on with the issues in our gut. You have good bacteria and you have bad bacteria, okay? And you want a lot of good bacteria, but you don't want a whole lot of the same thing, okay? You want it to be very diverse. And when there's this imbalance there, it can cause an increase, and it's specific bacteria too. That's why it's important to look at these things. It can cause an increased risk for obesity and for her IBS as well. She was very inflammatory in her gut as well, and also had parasites. The other thing that was really important, because she was doing all the things, right? Like eating good food, she was eating pretty decently, exercising, doing those things, but the vegetables that she was eating, her body wasn't even absorbing it. So she's eating these good foods and her body wasn't absorbing it. And then also same thing with her fats as well. Her body literally was not absorbing the fat. So we had to work on her digestive system, because your hormones, they need all these nutrients, okay? And especially those fat soluble nutrients, in this case, vitamins A, D, E, and K. So having this information can be very, very helpful, okay? So because of this, we worked together, we changed up things going on in her life, and her periods have regulated and lightened. No more embarrassing facial hair. Her hair is thickening, lost 20 pounds, balanced mood, energy high, sex drive is back. She's feeling great there. So some of you guys, when it comes to the testosterone, some of you guys, your testosterone so high, you're like a rabbit all the time. You have tons of high sex drive, right? And then some of you guys, it's like nothing, like don't even bother me. You could take it or leave it, right? So this does very much vary within the PCOS community, and those who have been diagnosed, those have been misdiagnosed, those that are somewhere in the between who just don't know, right? So it's really important to understand what's going on with your body for you to be listened to, for you to be understood, for you to have the right assessments and evaluations done to know what's going on with you specifically, okay? So for her, she started sleeping at night. And then because of all of this, she's dating again, no more depression, energy. She has energy to live life. Okay. Before she was just kind of going through the motions, okay? But now she has energy to live life. She's taking control of her health. Her worries gone. Now she's not worried about having diabetes or heart disease or all of these things that her father suffered with, because she's taking control of her health, right? What she was dealing with her hormones doesn't have to turn into other issues. She picked up new hobbies. She's social with her friends again, and she's taking pictures, okay? She was avoiding the camera before. Some of you guys are avoiding the camera, or not wanting to be seen in pictures, or not wanting to be seen at all because you don't feel good about yourself. And I want to let you know that it's completely possible for you to feel so much better about who you are and all of those things, okay? So this is my family here. And for me, this wasn't always a possibility, okay? Because of what I struggled with my hormones, with my irregular cycles. My little boy there that's on my husband's neck there, he's almost 2 years old now. But many years ago, I really struggled with irregular cycles. My periods would come every 40 days, 42 days, 32 days, 28 days. I didn't know when they were going to come. And we were trying to conceive. We were newly married, and I was trying to get pregnant and couldn't. Then I finally got pregnant. And then I ended up having a miscarriage at 17 weeks. And it was very, very devastating for me. And it was hard. But getting my health together, getting my life together, all of those types of things has been life-changing for me. And this is just us. We're out in Jamaica. This was just earlier this year. But having this opportunity to really reverse the symptoms of PCOS, I've lost over 40 pounds. My periods are regulated. They literally come every 28 days to the dot. So when I went to go ahead and conceive this baby, we were able to do it on the first try. And it wasn't a lot of stress, and it wasn't a lot of worry that came along with that, okay? So I just want to let you know that this is something that I'm very passionate about, okay? And it's not just because I'm a hormone doctor and I love hormones and helping people, but it's because of something that I've experienced myself, okay? I've been diagnosed, misdiagnosed, I've been on all the drugs, I've tried all the things, and I've really committed to my life to helping other women navigate this path, okay? So I hope that this content was valuable for you. I know that I covered a lot of information here for you, okay? And to be honest, an hour is not nearly enough time for me to give you everything to transform your life, okay? So I haven't even begun to break down your cycles, what kinds of food you should eat with your cycles, your cervical fluid, all of those types of things. I haven't gone into depth about removing toxins, about the nutrients you should have. There's so many things to talk about, and so many ways that I can make this super simple for you, but an hour just simply isn't enough. So is it okay? I know that many of you guys are here, but let me know. Let me ask you a question. How many of you would be interested in really addressing your PCOS issues, or symptoms for good. All right, awesome. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so many of you guys came to this webinar looking for a solution. Yes, yes, I see you guys. So this is why I've created a comprehensive solution to really help you gain progress and momentum towards really getting your health back and your life back. So I'd like to tell you about that. Is that okay? So this is a step-by-step solution here, okay? It's called the PCOS reset. And this is for you if you're wanting to lose weight, clear up your skin, regulate your cycles, all of the things, okay? And I just want you to take a moment and just imagine what it would be like to have testing that gives you real answers so that you can spend your time and energy doing the things that work. Guided advice, ensuring that your health changes are correctly timed and sequenced for confidence in your journey. Strategies, ensuring that what you're doing is actually working, and all the guesswork taken out of your nutrition, making it easy to eat foods you love while losing weight and toning up your body, and really having expert guidance on detox, exercise, supplements, all the things, rather than relying on Google searches, okay? And having a team of women really devoted to empowering you to heal your womb and your life, okay? So I've created this program to really have a community of holistic women that are really committed to celebrating you and transforming your health and creating a life you love, okay? And you really getting recognition for the effort you put into your health, because I know that you're working so, so hard on these things, okay? So the PCOS reset is really set up to help you identify the root causes and barriers to your health, create a personalized plan that will work, help you avoid the trap of chronic disease, offer drug-free solutions that work, and give you your life back and give you hope and clarity, okay? So what is your path to ditch PCOS symptoms, okay? So it's really time for you to become intentional, okay? So anyone that knows anything about business knows that you cannot manage what is not measured, meaning that you need to know what your goals are and how you're going to get there, okay? But you need to make a decision. Okay, so decision one, and there's three options. Decision one, keep doing what you're doing and don't make any changes, okay? So you can not do anything and you can keep just having the problem there, okay? Decision two, you can take what I've given you in this workshop and try to figure out what to start, where to do. But remember, you can't examine what you don't know. And this leads to trial and error, which wastes your time, energy, money, and effort, okay? So the trial and error plus side effects, okay? So you can continue down the road of doing these common unpredictable ways of doing the drugs, the metformin that's mess with your digestion, isn't addressing the root cause of your symptoms, trying all kinds of random diets, intermittent fasting, all of these types of things. You can try all the stress management techniques, random supplements, all of the things. You know what those are, okay? You can continue to do those, okay? Or you can secure a smooth, easy path and really be able to ditch PCOS symptoms and have the answers you need, the body you love, and confidence each and every day, and so much more, okay? So let me introduce you to the PCOS Reset, okay? So it's an 8-week hybrid coaching program for PCOS ladies that are struggling with embarrassing facial hair, irregular periods, and stubborn belly fat, okay? And it's really to give you step-by-step guidance that is tailored to your unique body needs. So this is what's included in the PCOS Reset program, okay? So first off, you're gonna have weekly doc talks inside the client community, okay? So these are live Q&As with me, okay? And we are gonna talk about all things hormones, nutrition, PCOS, trouble losing weight, all of those things, okay? And my goal is really to empower you with truth and knowledge and actionable steps to keep you forming good habits inside of your life, okay? We're going to do a root cause assessment, okay? So this is something that I only do with my private clients normally, okay? And you've got to book a consultation to do this, okay? But it's included in this program, okay? So we're going to assess those 10 key areas, okay? So it's really important to assess, don't guess, okay? So this has been set up for you to uncover the top 3 areas that are really holding you back and wrecking your health and your hormones, okay? So we look at those areas so you don't have to guess about what's the root cause of your issues. Why is that check engine light going off in your body and in your life, okay? There's going to be weekly connection and support, okay? So this is all about keeping momentum going, and we have lots of rewards and surprises that we give our clients as well too, okay? And then there's literally a transformational path, okay? So I'm all about having a checklist and you understanding and learning, okay? So in this program, there's gonna be short and impactful trainings that are very short for you to watch, and the things for you to do will be easy things to do that make the biggest difference for you in your health, okay? So you're not wasting your time, energy, or money doing things that don't work, okay? So there's 3 stages. There's evaluate the root cause. So that's where we're going to move through the guesswork elimination system. And you're going to learn the 2 simple tests that you need and why your doctor has not ordered them, okay? You're going to move through the reality check method. So this is the 2 critical areas that you need in order to get to the root cause. And then also the secret to reversing embarrassing facial hair, acne, belly fat, and irregular periods, okay? Because remember, it's different for everyone. And then execute properly, okay? So remember, you're going to learn how to do health in the right way, right order, and right time, okay? So no more guessing, no more going to Google, no more going to Facebook groups saying, hey girl, what do you do? You're going to know what to do for yourself and how to execute these things properly, okay? You're going to learn to boost your metabolism properly. You're going to learn to detox properly. A lot of you guys are trying different detoxes and they're making you sick. That's because those detox lack proper binders and things in order to actually get those toxins out of your body. And instead they're recirculating, okay? So we're going to eliminate wasted time here, okay? And then enhance well-being is the last area, okay? So this is all about you having sustainable results and also being able to reduce that stress, okay? Not just the stressors that we talked about today, but also it's important about what's going on in your life, okay? But you're going to learn to do this without difficult meditation, visualizations, manifestation tactics, all of those things. And you're going to learn the exact hormones, because there's the hormones that work for you and there's the hormones that work against you, okay? So you're going to learn what hormones do, and how to have those hormones work for you, okay? Then I've put together guides, okay? So I've been through this before, so I understand where you're at. So this is here to make your life easy, okay? So you don't have to go to Google. You don't have to try to figure out what to do. These are literally toolkits already put together specific to PCOS when it comes to the habits you should have, sugar cravings, self-care, and detoxification. So this kit right here, this program, everything included, if I were to charge for them separately, $6,834, okay? So I'm not charging anywhere near this price, okay? Not even half of this, okay? But I do want to make you aware that if we sold all these separately, this is what it would be, okay? There are some program bonuses here, okay? So you're going to have a lifestyle reset guide. And again, all of these are just to make things easier for you, okay? Happy Hormones guide. You have a 5-minute reset meditation and workshop here, and you're going to get the most incredible gifts ever, okay? So my love language is gifts, so my clients get gifts, okay? So this will actually be a gift that you receive in the mail, and it has lots of fun things inside of it that's going to help you move through our program together, okay? There's affirmation cards in there. There's all types of really good things, checklists for my checklist lady, all of those things, okay? So this would be the total value of the program if we charge for these things separately. I want to do this options to pay here just so you know beforehand, okay? This is always a question. I put this slide here so I don't forget. FSH, we can take HSA, credit card, Affirm, Afterpay, Klarna, Care Credit, business coaching expenses. Some people write it off on their taxes because we help with health and high performance, okay? Some of you may need this and some of you guys may not, okay? So we have made this very, very affordable for you, and you can choose your program plan here, okay? So you can either do 2 payments of $497, or you can do pay in full for $847. I'm going to go ahead and drop the link in the chat, and then I've got some really good bonuses here for you as well, okay? So there's the link there for those that want to sign up, and I'll let you know now there's extra bonuses for those that sign up during this webinar, okay? So I want to let you know that this is 100% risk-free, okay? So I want as many women to be able to do this and not be worried, okay? So We have 100% satisfaction guaranteed for any reason if you complete our program and you're still not happy, okay? You just email this right here. This is on the page as well, and you get a refund, no questions asked, okay? So this gives you an opportunity to work with us with no risk to you, okay? So here's some more bonuses, okay? So you're gonna have a group onboarding call, okay? So I'm very focused on sometimes when you join a program, there's confusion. This makes it very clear for you, okay? This is what we're gonna do, and this helps you focus your energy and know how to do everything inside of our program, okay? You are going to have one-on-one connection calls throughout the program, okay? So oftentimes when you go to the doctor and you don't feel seen, this is important to me, that you are seen, that you are heard, that you are communicated with, and also that you have that guidance and support from our team. You'll also have direct coach messaging throughout the program, and this is between sessions. So as we're having our sessions, as we're all having the sessions and I'm there coaching you guys, leading you, helping you to know what's going on with your body specifically and the things to do. If you have questions that come up, you're able to ask your coach in between sessions. So you don't have to wait to get the answers until the next coaching session. You'll have direct access throughout the program. And then there's a fast action bonus. So for anyone that signs up between now and Friday, you will receive a consultation with me. This is a 90-minute consultation. This is a $720 value. I would probably say the value is actually more, but this is actually the cost of a consultation with me. So many of you have been to my website, and if you want to book a consultation with me, it's $720. I'm including this in this program for the ladies, for the fast action bonuses, okay? Because I really enjoy working with women who are, all right, I know this is what I want to do. Dr. Alicia, I want your help, and I'm willing to do what it takes. Those are the women that I'm able to meet you all the way, and we will have a 90-minute consultation. We're going to do that root cause analysis. I'm going to review yours one-on-one. I'm going to review your entire health history, your lifestyle and nutrition, and any lab work that you have had. I'm going to look at them. You're able to upload those into the portal, and I'm going to review all of that before our call and review it with you, okay? So you'll also receive a second opinion lab work, okay? So during this 90-minute consultation, you're going to have direct access to me and my full attention, okay? And then you're going to have acceleration of your customized solutions and results, okay? So the cost of the program is $497, 2 payments, or pay in full for $847. And then I have one more bonus, okay? So this bonus is for the first 5 that sign up, okay? So I have my own supplement line, and people detoxing properly is really important to me. So those who sign up, you're going to receive your 7-day detox kit. This is a $297 value. So this is the cost of this kit at all the conferences that I spoke at this past week. This is what we sold that for. So you are going to receive that. It's going to be shipped to your house. And then you're also going to have a guidebook that goes with it that makes it super easy to do, okay? So there's going to be easy recipes, meal plans, all the things inside of that guidebook as well.
So I was blessed to have the opportunity to be coached by Dr. Alicia Newsom. And it was at a time in my life where I didn't even realize I needed coaching. I didn't even realize I was that far off from my goal. I didn't even realize, and because of that, I didn't have a plan on how to get there. And I always tell her that she changed my life because she made me think different in the area of finances. She made me see life much differently, and she made me understand that I could get to where I desired to be because she was able to share a story of progression. She was able to say, Nikki, I was there where you are, and this is where I am today, and you can do it too, and this is how you're going to do it. I love that she was able to help me understand that what I wanted to do was doable. And not only did she do that, she also gave me the tools that I needed to reach what I would call a place of success. I'm honored to have been coached by her, and to continue to be coached by her. She's a wealth of knowledge, not only in the area of finances, but in the area of relationships, in the area of holistic wellness. She's been such a blessing to me in my life. And I suggest, if you are looking for a coach, and you're like me, you want someone who can show progression. You want someone who can say, listen, I was there and I got here, and this is how I do it, and you're going to do it too, and here are the tools to be able to do it. Dr. Alicia Newsom is your person. She's your coach if that's what you're looking for. Someone genuine, someone who has been there, someone who has done that, and someone who does not mind sharing what she did to get to where she needs to be. Dr. Alicia Newsom, look no further. She's going to be a blessing to you.
Thank you, Nikki. So what needs to happen next? Okay. So if you're feeling confused, you're frustrated, you feel alone, you're unclear about what's happening in your body, and you don't have the support you need, or you're tired and you're exhausted all the time, you don't have energy to play with your kids or enjoy your hobbies or even stay awake at night. If you're bloated, you're hating your body, when you look in the mirror, you don't love what you see, and you want to have energy. You want to love what you see when you look in the mirror. You want clear skin. You want regular periods. You want to feel better about yourself, and you really want to take control of your life. Then your next step is to sign up for this program so that we can support you in that. This is what you do. You just click on the link in the chat. I think I put it in there. I'll drop it one more time. Click on the link. It's going to bring you up to this page. This is what it looks like from your cell phone. This is what it looks like from your desktop. You're going to click on one of the buttons that say that you're ready, and then it's going to bring you to your checkout page. You're just going to pick either pay $4.97 twice. It will be billed in 30 days, or you're going to pick $8.47 pay in full. And then once you check out, you're going to click here for your onboarding call. Okay. So the onboarding call, we have an onboarding call tomorrow, and we have an onboarding call next Wednesday as well. Okay. So this is where we're going to meet, and I'm going to be able to see you face to face, and we're going to be able to talk and get you feeling amazing. Okay. Get you where you have your body back, where you're able to lose weight, where you have clear skin, where you have energy, where you're just feeling better about yourself overall, where you're more confident about your health and your future and where it's taking you. Okay. So if you don't take action, okay, my goal is for you to avoid unnecessary surgeries and problems. Avoid the side effects of drugs, those common things that, we don't know how it's going to work for you. And we also know that it's just that bandage, okay? It's just that sticker over that check engine light, okay? So invest now. We have limited space. It's very important for me that this is an intimate setting for women. I know that your health is something that's very sacred to you, and we are very private sometimes as women. So I've created this in a way that you have both. You have community, and then also you have the opportunity to talk one-on-one, okay? So this is your opportunity for you to say yes to you, okay? So we can all agree that you are experiencing hormonal imbalances. You want to know the root cause and resolve your health issues, and you want to wake up, feel great, have more energy, mental clarity, and focus, okay? So who's waiting on you to be healthy, okay? I started coaching because a friend of mine came to me and she asked me to do it. I told her I wasn't taking clients, and I was really focused on my other consulting business at the time. And I offered to refer her to a colleague of mine. And she said, no, you can do it and I'll wait. And I could have stayed the track and kept focusing on my corporate clients or my other business and commercial real estate. But instead, I'm here because this is absolutely the way that I must spend my life. I am here because I am on a mission to create a space where women can ask questions, get answers, and truly understand their bodies and the information they're learning. I cannot remain silent as we are fed confusing misinformation, and I must help as many women as possible because every single month, we give birth to something powerful, okay? Our cycles, our hormones, our bodies, they're all powerful tools that God gave us, okay? Because healthy women build healthy families and communities, and we are the leaders, and we are the ones that our family and friends depend on, okay? So we must take care of ourselves, okay? So I am here to help you with that, and I am totally committed to your breakthrough and your health and you achieving long-term sustainable results, okay? I'm also committed to you creating a life that you absolutely love, okay? So that testimonial from Nikki when she's talking about finances and relationships, we talk about all the things, okay? Because you are a whole person, okay? And it matters about what's going on with your life. And during that consultation, for those of you that take advantage of that fast action bonus and sign up by Friday, we're going to talk about all those things. We're going to talk about them all in the community as well. But it's important to me that you are seen, that you are heard, that you are understood, and that everything in your life is taken into consideration when it comes to your health. So thank you. Thank you so much for being here. You guys have been wonderful. I'm going to go ahead and jump to the chat here and start answering some questions here.